Grand Cat, and today we are live streaming the last hour of Codebreaker. I am just waiting for the video to come up on my screen on my laptop so I can see all of the wonderful comments from you all. We are going to be doing a free giveaway where I will be gifting 5 free paid memberships to the Grand Cat channel, which will unlock more than 100 brand new exclusive videos to each of you that are lucky enough to get it. We are live, aren't we? We are supposed to be. It is not showing up. I'm hoping that we are indeed live. Okay, it is now loading very, very slowly. And good, we are indeed live. Good, that's what I like to hear. So now that the chat is very, very slowly loading up, I don't know what its problem is. Let's go ahead and gift 5 free gifted memberships from to the Grand Cat Grand Fleet right now. So congratulations to Movie Buzz, Rick C137, XRFC, David Y, and J Singh Rathor. Congratulations to each of you. You have all won a free gifted membership, gifted by the big old Grand Cat himself. Now, of course, we are still doing Codebreaker for the next 51 minutes. We have 51 minutes of Codebreaker left, and then we're going to get all the rewards. We, of course, also have our free pack. And, oh, there's a portrait pack for Omos as well. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and buy that then. So there we are. There is the very cool portrait for Big Omos. And it also comes with the Royal Rumble 25 Chris Sabin. Jeffrey Oakley says, yo. Rick C137 says thanks. And thank you, Rick, for showing up in the chat. Rick Sanchez, everybody. Let's go ahead and claim our free bonus pack as a 1% chance of having a WCW card. Baron says the links are shared. Thank you, Baron. Jeffrey says I didn't get Omos. You still have time. There is still about 50 minutes left. Let's claim our free bonus pack. We've got 25 draft picks and 5 rarity draft picks. Let's go ahead and get these out of the way. I still haven't pulled any Shockmaster or Psycho Sid yet. So I'm hoping that we can get something cool. Oh! SummerSlam 25 CM Punk. Meow, 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 meow. Rick C137 says, was CM Punk still pullable? I still haven't got him. I believe he's pullable until the 9th. I've already pulled him, so I'm not entirely sure. Preet says, hey bro. Hello Preet, welcome. Jeffrey says, I'm sitting at rank 30,000 or something like that because I didn't really want to play Codebreaker. That makes sense. It can be quite a chore playing something for 4 days in a row. I've always said that I would be much, much happier if Cat Daddy made it just 2 days rather than 4 days. I would be maybe more willing to go for a higher rank at that point. But 4 days is not a sprint, it is a marathon. And it can really eat into your life, having to play for that length of time. So I've not went for a high rank this time. I've went for just quite a low little rank. I'm going to lock down that CM Punk because we can make him into a pro. And I think we can dust the rest of this. I don't think we need any of the rest of it. Let's go ahead and dust them. Preet says my rank is 1,100. That is very, very cool. It's a lot higher rank than what Big Old Grand Cat has. We've got our hype train, the bunch of the punches. We'll have another one in 5 hours. That's ages away. But we'll do the hype train a little bit later. In the meantime, let's jump into Codebreaker. And I'm going to show you how I've been playing Codebreaker. You might have noticed down here there is this little lion. That is a web browser called Brave that I've been using. And I've been using this little website. I've put it up on the Codebreaker tutorial, which you can find. And it's this one here. It is, I'm going to put it in the chat for you all. It is wscdb.com/Codebreaker. And there you are. So if you want to use the same website that I am using, there it is right there. And it basically just helps you play Codebreaker. Because, as we all know, playing Codebreaker, which is essentially the game called Mastermind, for 4 days straight will eventually melt your brain, which is why I have this little device to help me do it for me. So this is basically the equivalent of if you're playing chess and you have next to you someone, a phone app where you're playing chess against someone, and then when your opponent makes a move, you make the same move against the computer, and then you see what the computer does, and then you make that move. It's basically the equivalent of that. Preet says, is CM Punk in backstage? Not the 11th anniversary one, unfortunately. Bobby says, nope. Mr. Mysterio says, hi. Hello, Mr. Mysterio. Which Mr. Mysterio are you? Are you Ray? Are you Dominic? Or are you another Mysterio? So let's jump right into Codebreaker, and we will see exactly how this works. So of course the top part of the screen is slightly covered by our little web browser, but that is fine. So we are going to go right, down, and right. And we've got 0 on 0. So the next one is going to be 4 ups. We'll see if we get 4 ups. Tacto says, hi Zad, did I miss anything? No, you're right at the beginning of the stream. Mr. Mysterio says, Ray the Goat, Dom, heh? Welcome, Tacto. It's always nice to see you. So we're going to go for 4 up arrows, since we know that there are no right or down arrows this time. And there's only 1, which means it's going to be up and 3 left arrows, which is just a case of finding out where that up arrow goes. So we're going to try up first, and then 3 lefts. So this is 2 and 2, which means that the up arrow is in the incorrect place. Then we're going to try putting the up arrow in the 3rd position. So left, up, and then left. So that means that it's left, up is what it is then. So we don't actually need this, because we already know what the answer is. And we're just going to jump right back in there and finish that off. So it's left, and then up. That is entirely correct. Mr. Mysterio says, who is your favorite wrestler? My favorite wrestler of all time is the game, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I've said this before in a few different videos. But if you're talking about who my current favorite wrestler is, it's difficult to say. I would have to think that CM Punk is up there. John Cena is on the run of his life. John Cena, of course, you can't count out. He is amazing right now. I also really like what Seth Rollins is doing. Braun Breaker. Oh my goodness, we just pulled a WCW card. We got the WCW Booker T. That is what they call in the business the streamer luck, when you are just randomly streaming and incredible things happen. Wow, that is very, very cool indeed. The Booker. Now, can you dig that? Sucker. Mr. Mysterio says, time to play the game. Jeffrey says, yes, sir. That is very, very cool. That is the third WCW card that I've pulled. I pulled a Jacqueline. I was going to reveal a little bit later that I pulled a Bull Nakano, but we have now pulled a Booker T. It is not a pro, unfortunately, Preet, but it is really cool to have one of those new images. And Booker T looking absolutely massive in this image. He did have really, really big shoulders and a really wide chest back in those days in WCW. I think he still does, actually. But yeah, that is very, very cool. James Talks Man City says, hi, GG's on the WCW card. Thank you very much, James. That is very, very cool. It's also a perfect time to get it right at the start of the stream. Tacto says, wow. That's very cool indeed. So everyone is supposed to be able to pull 5 WCW cards off of the draft board. That is the third one I've pulled. Preet says, how many WCW cards have you pulled? That is the third one. So we technically still have 2 left to get. And of course, we are 100% locking down that Booker T. That is very, very cool indeed. Alex says, hi, Grandcat. Hello, Alex Gardner. Welcome to the stream. It's very nice to see you here. And I see that you are supporting the Grandcat membership, as you have the green name, which is very, very cool. That gives you access to over 100 different exclusive videos, and it also gives you access to these little Grandcat emojis. Like that. Oh, Preet says he pulled a Goldberg Pro. That is very cool. I think Goldberg is the strongest card amongst these. Jeffrey says, I've only pulled one, which is Stevie Ray. It took me ages to pull my first one, which was Jacqueline. And then it took even longer to pull the second one, which is Bull Nakano. And I was just really surprised to see that there. Oh, Alex Gardner has given me a £2 like. Oh, thank you very much. I am going to give that a heart. Thank you, Alex Gardner. That's very, very cool of you. Tacto says, I got the limited edition CM Punk. Oh, very nice. That is a very, very strong card. So we have a little bit of time before we have another Codebreaker match. So let's take a look in here. In our Fusion, I believe that the SummerSlam Fusion tokens... Oh, we can still run it, actually. Let's go ahead and start this one. We've got 1 day and 22 hours left. So these will be the last fusions we get. And let's go ahead and grab this guaranteed SummerSlam 25 card, which is Big Bronson Reed. And we can start one more of them. And the fusion time is going to take 3 days and 4 hours, but the fusion promo ends in 1 day and 22 hours. So I think that is going to be the last one of those that we are going to see. David says, I pulled a WCW Booker T today. And congratulations on getting the free gifted sub, David. Alex Harness says, I haven't pulled any WCW cards and I've completed campaign. Completing campaign is very, very impressive. Oh, we also completed the quest and we got the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. I completely forgot about that. Jeffrey says, I need to complete campaign mode. I'm only on 3rd tier. Tacto says, what's your name, Za? My name is the Grandcat. Mr. Mysterio says, in your opinion, what is the best finishing move? My favourites are the 619, the F5, the Twist of Fate, and the Stone Cold Stunner. Oh, hell yeah. And the GTS, the Go to Sleep. In my opinion, what is the best finishing move? Well, it depends on what you think of the best finishing move is. The Stone Cold Stunner is perfect because it can be hit at any time against anyone, and that makes it very, very cool. I think there's also some amazing, like Kenny Omega's One-Winged Angel looks very, very impressive. It's a very, very cool looking move. However, my current favorite finisher, and it's going to be very controversial, but I think my current favorite finisher is the Pulverizer. That's Logan Paul's new finisher, because man, it looks really clean. It is a backdrop flip that he turns around into a DDT, and it looks so good. It's such an amazing looking finisher. It's also, I mean, recency bias because it's brand new, but I think the pulverizer looks amazing. I also really like that Logan Paul has so many different finishers. He's got the pulverizer, he's got the one lucky punch, he's got going viral. He's really a lot better than he has any right to be. Let's see here. Um, Alex Gardner says campaign was a grind. You're preaching to the choir, brother. Preet says, "What's your age?" I am 300 years old. You can actually see is the Grand Cat's 300th birthday on this very channel. Mr. Monsieur says, "Oh, sorry." Tacto says, "I like the RKO." Me too. The RKO, the Diamond Cutter, all the other various different names it's had. The Bubba Cutter over the years. Eggy10K says, "Is there a way to reset your ads to get more bouts? I ran out. If you have a second phone, you can get some additional bouts through that. It doesn't give you an awful lot, but it gives you some." Mr. Mysterious says, "What about the RKO?" Again, RKO, very, very cool move. Jason Voorhees says, "Hello, everybody." Hello, Jason Voorhees. Caden says, "Hi, Za." Unfortunately, I can't read your first name because YouTube doesn't like that. But Caden, thank you very much for showing up to the stream. Iggy10K says he can't do it to anyone heavy. That is true. That is why he has all those other different finishers. He's got the going viral, he's got the frog splash, he's got the one lucky punch, because he didn't do it to John Cena. He didn't do the pulverized John Cena because John Cena is, well, a little bit bigger than most of the other wrestlers, but not because that he's like Andre the Giant, but I mean, he is solid, solid, pure muscle. Jeffrey says he also has the pulverizer. That's exactly what I was just talking about, Jeffrey. Caden says, "Just call me Caden." And absolutely, I will. Thank you, Caden. David says, "And thanks for the gifted membership. I was surprised to see that. You are indeed very lucky enough to get that, David. And it is well deserved, well earned. All members of my Grand Cat Grand Fleet deserve to get the gifted membership at least once. So I'm glad to see that it was now your time." Alex Garner says, "I have an F2 Drew McIntyre." Ah, yes, I haven't even got the Pro Drew McIntyre yet, but it is very, very cool. Mr. Bristidio says, "I also like the Mexican Destroyer." Yes, also known as the Code Red. It is very, very cool. It is very, very flippy. Caden says, "I like the Penta Driver." Caden also says, "I got the foil Cody Rhodes from the mixed bag." Wow, that is incredible luck. That is, I think, one of the rarest cards, if not the rarest card in the game, at least according to a recent WWE Supercard poll. Jason Voorhees says, "Still trying to pull WCW cards, 20,000 super coins for nothing, but two next day, but nothing since." Ah, interesting. Sticky Finger says, "I can't wait for this event to end." You and me both, my friend. We've got another match here. Caden says, "I got the Zelina before 800,000 people got it." Very well done, Caden. Jeffrey says, "I wish they would allow Penta to do the fear factor." Ah, interesting. I don't think I know what the fear factor is. I don't think he did it in AEW. And if he did do it in AEW, I don't think it was called the fear factor. James Talks Man City says, "GG's, Caden." And also, I don't think it was 800,000. I think it was 80,000 people that got the Zelina Vega. 800,000 would be a awful lot. Mr. Mysterio says, "I got to go to Clash in Paris and got my Yeet glasses signed by Jey Uso." That is incredible, Mr. Mysterio. That is very, very cool indeed. There was a live show that I went to when I was younger that I got to meet Rey Mysterio without his mask on. It was very, very cool indeed. He was high-fiving a whole bunch of us. We were behind a fence, and it was really, really cool to see him. Eggy10K says, "I noticed Rollins F3 from the Supercard store is weaker than my F3 Eddie, and I already bought 2 Rollins to make the Pro. Is it worth it to go for the F3? PLE cards from the Superstore are always going to be weaker than special edition cards, which is what your Eddie Guerrero is. So yes, the F3 Eddie will be stronger than your F3 Seth Rollins." Preet says, "You didn't grind I almost read that as you didn't grind Counterblast that much because that's what CB means in Cardfight Vanguard. But of course, he's talking about Codebreaker. And yes, I didn't grind that much. I don't really need the left arrow. If we even look at my left arrows right here before we play the next game, you can see that my left arrows are completely stacked. We've got two F3 Dominant Mysterios, we've got double heroic Finn Balor, we've got the F2 of the Razor Ramon. So all I'm looking for is to get the Omos for the image. That's what we are going for. Jeffrey says it's the double underhook pile driver that he does. Oh yes, right. I do know that move. Yes. I think pile drivers in general are kind of frowned upon by the WWE officials backstage. But a double underhook pile driver means that the person taking the pile driver cannot protect themselves. So I can 100% understand why WWE would put a kibosh on that they would be like, maybe don't do that. James Talks Man City says, it's like the package pile driver that Kevin Owens does. You know, you don't see it that often, but when it does show up, it's special, and maybe that's going to be something similar with Penta. James Talks Man City says, got the SummerSlam 25 foil Cody Rhodes number 3058. That's very, very cool. Kane says, I got my first event card. It was the Finn Balor. Oh, very nice. Spiky Mikey says, hello. Welcome, Spiky Mikey. I recognize you. Caden says, can you check my deck? I will maybe do that a little bit later. Preet says, oh, do you have... Oh, you have so good left arrows. Yes, indeed. Alex Arnold says, Penta's amazing. Penta is amazing. James Talksman says, I got my first ranked event, Becky Lynch in PCC. Very, very cool. Jason Voorhees says, because WWE considers Fear Factor a finisher like Tombstone, which could really hurt someone. Well, the Tombstone is actually a lot safer than what you think it is because it's done to the knees. But yeah, if Fear Factor is a sit-down pile driver, that's a lot more dangerous. And of course, there's the infamous segment where Owen Hart almost broke Stone Cold Steve Austin's neck. And that is why WWE kind of tried to stay away from that. Aaron Morgan says, hi. Mr. Mysterio says, I think AJ will win the IC Championship from Dom. I thought you were talking about AJ Lee for a second there. I was about to say, oh. And then I think Dom will turn face. I have been waiting for the Dominic Mysterio face turn for a little while now. I thought he was going to turn face against Finn Balor, and they've kind of moved away from that storyline. Spiky Mickey 33 says, great to see you live, sir. Thank you very much, Spiky Mickey. Preet says, I am in the Soul Chat team. You are indeed, Preet. You are one of my many Soul World Order members. You are a fantastic member, and it's very, very cool to see you. Caden says, my name on Supercard is Zerty. Oh, very cool, Zerty. James Talksman says, Kevin Owens did that to Randy Orton last year. Alex Garner says, same here. Jeffrey says, I want to see someone do the one-winged angel in WWE. Well, it's a very, very difficult it's a very, very difficult move to do. Destiny says, nice try, Diddy, with a rose. I do not understand what that comment means. Aaron Morgan says, I think AJ chance with Dom is gone. I think they should have had him on Clash Card and win it there. Yeah, I kind of agree. Takuto says, I wish Liv was in WWE. She is. She's just out on injury. Caden says, what the hell did anybody do, Destiny? Is this Destiny causing problems for people? I do not understand. I think Destiny might be a younger member of our Grand Cat Grand Fleet with the Ligma joke over here. It's a very, very old joke. Mr. Mysterio says, I was at Cardiff at the time when Dom turned heel, and I was like, no, because Ray and Edge are my favourites. Jeffrey says, you don't got none. Destiny says, I made you laugh. Yeah, you certainly did, Destiny. James Talks Man City says, I want to see either auction house or trade market in season 12. I don't know if trading is a good idea in WWE Supercard. I think it's better to try and get. Suicide Kane says, Zach, can you tell me about Destiny? He's being rude to people. I will time out someone if I think they're being excessively rude. I think Destiny's just having a little bit of fun, and I think that is okay. Caden says he's calling you an inappropriate person. Is he? Really? Unfortunately, I don't understand what that last comment that Destiny said was, but if I see anything that I think is considered inappropriate, they will be removed from the channel. Destiny says, nah, I ain't. Alcaran says, Diddy is in prison. Okay. Caden says, yes, you are. Bruh. I could take the occasional little joke. I think if anyone is getting out of line, yeah, they will be removed. But as far as I can see, I think Destiny is okay. But you know, we shall see. Right, let's get down to playing some more Codebreaker. That's what we're all here to do. So let's jump in, and once again, we're going to bring up this, and we're going to reset and go back down to this one. Priest says, Destiny, you should respect. Destiny says, bro, your username is Skull. Alex Garner says, what rematch would you love to see? I was actually talking about this the other day, that I would really like to see CM Punk versus Eddie Guerrero, and apparently it actually did happen. So I really need to look that up. It was someone in the Grand Cat Grand Fleet that mentioned it. It didn't happen in WWE, it happened in a house show somewhere. But it's something that I really need to look up. Caden says he's calling you P. Diddy. My goodness. Me and P. Diddy are very, very different people. Alex Garner says when. Jeffrey says, I would like to see Kenny Omega versus Randy Orton. Ooh, that would be difficult to swing. I think Randy Orton is quite happy in WWE, and I think Kenny Omega is quite happy in AEW. I think it would be very, very difficult to see that match. Mr. Receiver says, I think how Dom will turn face is he leaves Judgment Day, then gets back with Rhea, says sorry to Ray, and then I think Ray, Dom, and Rhea versus Finn, JD, and Liv. Ah, that would be very, very cool. Jason Voyer says, nice, the Grand Cat. Getting to see Ray without his mask. Me and my dad were at WCW Super Brawl 9 in 1999 when he was forced to remove the mask to Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Ah, very, very cool indeed. That is a memorable moment in history. Alex Garner says AJ Styles versus Triple H would be good. I think that happened. I think we've seen AJ Styles versus Triple H. Have we not? Maybe we haven't. I think it was towards the end of Triple H's career. Pretty says most underrated wrestler. That's tough. Depends on what you mean by underrated. Javon Evans is really, really good, but I think people know that he's really, really good. Most underrated wrestler. Again, it might be controversial, but I think Logan Paul is really underrated. I know that he headlines, I know that he gets main events and things, but I think he's a lot better wrestler than what people give him credit for. I think that Logan Paul is also a tremendous heel. He knows how to work the crowd, he knows how to do a promo, he knows how to get heat, he knows how to get the fans to hate him. I think Logan Paul could be phenomenal. Aaron Morgan says, how long do you think Seth holds the title? I think he could hold it right up to Mania. I think he could even go beyond Mania, actually. Alex Garner says, when was AJ versus Triple H, if you know? I can't tell you off the top of my head. Destiny says, bro is so innocent. Sorry for joking. I'm feeling bad. You made a good YouTube family. Thank you, Destiny. That is appreciated. Jeffrey says, no, AJ was still in TNA when Hunter retired. Was he? Really? Whoa. That's crazy. That's crazy that AJ Styles has his entire WWE career during the point that Triple H has been retired. Whoa, that puts time into perspective. David says, I would rather have Logan Paul in WWE than Brock Lesnar any day. Well, I can think that goes to say about how good they are at being heels, I suppose. Preet says I'd never liked Brock Lesnar, to be honest. I really, really liked Brock Lesnar back in 2002. Like when he came in, he was a monster and he just dominated. But when he took the Universal title and then barely showed up, that was hideous. Alex Garner says AJ joined in 2016, Triple H retired in 2019. Okay, so there was a 3-year space there. Destiny says Kali and Rey Mysterio. Mr. Mysterio says, funny story, my grandma took my mum and uncle to SummerSlam. My grandma booed Shawn Michaels and he booed her back. That sounds like something Shawn Michaels would do in London back in 1992. Alex Garner says that Triple H won against Batista at WrestleMania 35. Cody Rhodes, if you're just going to keep spamming Ligma balls, I am just going to have to mute you. I'm just going to put you in timeout for the rest of this video. I did say that you said I'm sorry, but unfortunately, if you're going to start spamming, we need to just remove you. I've not removed you from the channel, don't worry. You can come along to the next live stream, but unfortunately can't go having that. Jeffrey says AJ didn't come to WWE till 2016 and Hunter retired in 2014 to 2015. He had matches after, but everyone has. Jeffrey says a lot of people have, and Alec Garner says I'll check. Caden says hi, is a grandcat. Hello, Caden. Right, now let me get back to this. Whereabouts were we? Okay, so we want to go up, left, up, and right. So that's 1 and 3. So next we're going to try right, up, and left. Preet says, what's the next event card? I don't know. We will have to find out together. Dang. Caden says, I think it's still Omos. No, Omos is a PvP card. You only get 1 of them. Next will be a Flash event. We don't know who the Flash event is going to be for. So this was right, up, and left, which was 2-2. So let's try up, right, left. Mr. Mysterio says, I'm going to cry when Cena retires, and also when Rey retires on AJ Styles. Well, it could be happening sooner than you think. My best advice is to enjoy them while you can. Which is true of everything, not just wrestlers. Caden says, why is that at the top of the screen? That is what helps me to play Codebreaker. I have already shown it in my Codebreaker tutorial. Alex Garner says, I searched it and it says that 2022 is when he retired. Wow. Pre says some people are telling AJ Lee as the next event card. I can 100% see that. Kane says, how do you get that image of the red eyes? Ah, that is an older Dragon Lee. It is, I think it's a Halloween card. David says, there's so much new talent that is ready to come up. There is, but there's also a tremendous amount of talent currently in the main event of WWE. So they need to wait for the right moment to come up so that they don't accidentally get forgotten or lost in the shuffle. Now, let's jump in to Hype Train. And let's try this one. Okay, so an 8, 6, and a 5. That's not particularly good. I think we'll put the 8 and the 5 together. Now, does a 6 give us Hype 2? It does. Let's go ahead and just make that Hype 2 then. And now let's go ahead and draw the next one. So this is a 9, 5, and a 6. Oh my goodness. We're going to put the 9 and the 5 together. I think we need 2 5s. Yeah, because that is overhyped. So we're going to put the 6 down here. So we really want to see a 5. Cool, we got a 5. So we can do that one. And then the 7 and the 8 is unfortunately going to be overhyped here, so we're just going to have to go ahead and take that. And then we're just going to go ahead and claim our reward and claim there with a hype count of 4 of 6. Oh, we got another Shawn Michaels. That's cool. And the Hall of Fame Yokozuna. I actually got to see Yokozuna wrestle when I was a child. He was in the Greenock Town Hall in Scotland. And he was absolutely huge. He was tremendous. And it was very, very cool to see him. I believe it was in his last year before he passed away, and it was really, really cool to see a living legend of Yokozuna in person. And let's go ahead and catalog Pro for 10 super coins. And there we are. There is our Pro Shawn Michaels. Again, these used to have animations, but the animation has been lost. These used to have a little bit of movement in the background and such, but somehow it's been lost to time. Let's go ahead and dust some of these more recent cards that we have pulled. We'll get rid of the ones that we do not need. I just need to make sure that I'm not accidentally getting rid of anything that is a pro, or that can be pro'd. Well, not anything that is a pro, anything that we can make into a pro. So that's why I'm very slowly scrolling through it all and seeing what we have. We're going to get rid of this Omos as well. We really only need, we don't actually need to keep the card. We just wanted the card so that we can use that image on any future Omoses. And there we are. We're going to go ahead and dust all of that. Caden says, "You ignoring me? Try a mixed bag, please." I'm not ignoring you. I can't play the game and read the comments at the same time. But I don't think I'm going to do a mixed bag here today, because there's no easy way to get super coins. Caden says, "Oh, okay." I haven't even been reading the rest of the chat. I just saw that comment come up there. So we've got Jordan Grace, and we have Ridge Holland. And I think we can just go ahead and get rid of both of those. Where's our Ridge Holland? Oh, of course he is. He's unhinged. So let's go ahead and we'll get rid of one unhinged card that we don't need. The Ridge Holland is completely fine. Caden says, "I got one Shockmaster." Very cool. I have yet to pull a Shockmaster or a Psychosid. And this is an AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. And unfortunately, we don't need him, so he is also going to get dusted. And we have just under 15 minutes left of Codebreaker. Jeffrey says, "Is there a reason you want to pro everything, or is it just for the stars?" Literally just for the stars. That is all it's for. We have 8 minutes until the next game, so here is... Preet says, "Have you done the daily streaks?" I have indeed. And also we've got a brand new daily streak this week, which is very, very cool. It is going to give you a special SummerSlam 25 El Grande Americano, a luchador card, and it's also going to give you his equipment as well. So let's go ahead, and this is a fun thing that we have enjoyed over time of watching ads to watching ads to get the next reward. So some of these ads are atrocious, and let's see what it is we've got. So let's go ahead and watch our ads together so we can get another bout. Oh my god, it's Monopoly Go. Oh, these are horrible. Look at all these different sized penguins. What's going on here? Oh good, the penguins are racing now. That's not how Monopoly works. It's not a race. I would rather not, thank you. It looks terrible. It looks like PlayStation 2 graphics at best. Wait, you get 50,000 for going past go? That's a lot more than what you should have. Oh, okay, we got a free bout. That's what we're going for. So let's go ahead and restart this. Okay, so we're going to go for up, right, left, left. Up, right, left, and left. Okay, that is 2. Alex Gardner says, Monopoly takes ages. Yes, yes it does. I am actually quite good at Monopoly, but yeah, it is a very, very painstakingly long game. So we've got 2. So let's go right, left, right, right. Oh, Chris Quilly says hi. Hello, Chris Quilly. Isaiah Edit says, could you gift me the battle pass? I will gift you the battle pass, so long as you win the next battle pass giveaway that I do. That is how you get a battle pass. Alex Gardner has won a battle pass. So let's go left, up, up, up. Isaiah Edits says, how many Romans do you have? All of them. I have every single one. Oh my goodness. 3 were correct. Okay, so left, up, up, down is what I want to go for next. Alex Garner says, I won the John Cena one. You did. And I did indeed give you that battle pass. And we're going to have to watch another ad here. What is this going to be? Okay, it's one of these games that we get to walk around and play. So, oh, we're cutting down trees. Okay, let's do that then. Oh no, there's polar bears. Oh my goodness. Okay, there, we've successfully made a wall. Unfortunately, our thing is being attacked by polar bears. Okay, there, we've managed to successfully. Oh. Oh, we've now got bear axes. Oh, okay, now we're getting somewhere. And we created another wall here. Oh, now we've got a super axe. Oh no, now the polar bears are attacking the wall. Okay, thankfully we are now the Super Saiyan of axes. You guys need to stop attacking my wall, please. Now there's nothing left. Oh, okay, we can make a wall over here. Okay, wow, we're getting somewhere now. Cannon, sure. Oh, now people want fed? What's going on in this game? Oh, now we've got money. Oh my goodness, we're out of meats. I'm well aware that this advert could have finished long ago, but Wait, now we've got like ninjas or something? What's going on here? You know, there's only like 9 minutes left in Codebreaker. Like, I think we've had enough of this ad. That was an enjoyable little thing there. Oh my god, did it not even give me the bout? After all that? Pre says, bro, you forgot about Supercard. It didn't even give me the bout after all that. Oh my goodness. Okay, what's this one? Oh, it's Nifty from Hasbin Hotel. And that is Adam. He is, of course, one of the angels. He is the first angel. And there, of course, is Lucifer, who is one of the main characters in Hasbin Hotel, which is very, very cool. These are U2s. These are things that I collect as well. This is ad 1 of 2. I appreciate when the ad is something nice like this. Can we move on? Oh no, what is this? Med Express? Oh god. Oh, these things are all just scams. What is this? No, I'm not going to consent. Absolutely not. God, what's the opposite of consent? Okay. Ooh. Alex says I get into playable ads. Right, okay. Now we're back. After that mass distraction there. Blacklight asks, by the way, Grand, do you play any Genshin or any of the other Hoyo games? I do play another couple of games. I've showcased them on the channel a few times. I play things like Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I still, for some reason, play a little bit of, what's it called, Townscape? Oh my goodness, now I need to wait 30 seconds before we're allowed to play the next game. I also play a little bit of Raid Shadow Legends. I don't play it very well, but those are a couple of games that I also play. Caden says, what happened to the WWE Supercard reward thingy you kept always? Oh, that was 20,000 super coins. That was from when I purchased one of the things that didn't give me any super coins. So I was holding on to the super coins until after the event ended, the SummerSlam Rocks event ended. And once it ended, I claimed them. That's what happened there. Okay, let's go ahead and start another one. This will maybe be the last one we do, because we're running out of time. We've got 6 minutes left. Up, and down. So it's 2 and 1. So let's try down, down, up, left. Down, down, up, and left. 1 and 2. Up, down, down, right. Up, down, down, and right. So it was only 2. So left, up, up, down. And this is... I'm going to use the super move here as well. Left, up, up. Actually, we're going to use the refresher on these Eddie Guerreros as well. And down. Okay, it was correct. Even if it wasn't correct, sometimes with the super move, you can still win. Caden says, why don't you F1 the punk? These are limited edition punks. They can't be pro'd. Each one of them are unique. Exia Edits says, when's the next Battle Pass giveaway? Honestly, I'm not sure. It'll probably be for the next Battle Pass. It'll probably be when we get into the new tier. I don't think I'm going to be doing one for this coming. Let's go ahead and see if we can get ourselves another. Oh my goodness, it's Hex Honey. Oh, well, we are hiding this then. Good heavens. This is atrocious. It is scandalous. It is atrocious. It is unbefitting of being on the Grand Cat channel. I'm glad that I have this censorship here to block it, to protect you all from this garbage, this AI slop. Mr. Mysterio says, no, I don't want to get it. No one's going to download that. Does anyone actually play this? Is it an actual game? Okay, we've got one free bout. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Jeffrey says, oh yeah, that app is great. Okay, so we need to reset this. So it's right, up, down. And we have just under 3 minutes. Caden says, don't, the AI stuff is highly inappropriate. Yes, it is. It is atrocious, actually. So let's go down, up, right, up this time. So down, right. Last 2 minutes, says Preet. Thank you, Preet. Down, right, and right. And that's all 4. That is it. It is done. Caden says, can I say a joke? As long as it's appropriate. As long as it is nothing particularly filthy. Go ahead and minimize that. So we can watch this final match getting played. There we go, level 151 has been completed. Our current rank is 5,803. And I don't think we're going to be able to get to play another game. Alex Carmen says, what rank is your British Bulldog? Well, we'll need to find out a little bit later on because I don't have the time to look at it just now. If you remind me later, I will look at it. It looks like there is just under a minute left in Codebreaker. So if you haven't yet, now is the time to get in your last few matches. And we didn't need anything there, so we're just going to go ahead and dust all of that. And we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the sound of the buzzer, where either a new person's entering the Royal Rumble, or it means that Codebreaker has just finished. And I think that that is Codebreaker done and dusted. Oh, Alex Garner says you could have proed the Metal WWE Universe. You dusted it. Oh man, I didn't even look at it. I was just trying to finish up because I knew that Codebreaker was ending. And the Codebreaker event is now finished. It is done. It is finished. Okay. Caden says, why did the chicken cross the road to get to McDonald's and WWE event? Right. Is there some kind of link between McDonald's and WWE events that I'm not aware of? Or okay, sure. Good joke, Caden. Yeah, congratulations. Preet says, my final rank was 1,083. Alex Garner says, I saw the flashing star. Ah, yes. Well, I unfortunately missed it. It does happen. And now Codebreaker is finally done. The evil has been defeated, which means that I can go ahead and close Brave. Suicide Caden's... I accidentally said the full name. Didn't mean to do that. Caden says, check your rewards. I knew I would slip up at some point. I was waiting for it to happen. I've been so good on not saying the name up until that point. Hopefully, that doesn't get flagged. But let's go ahead and check our rewards, indeed. So, our Battle Pass Infinite Rewards have been got, so let's see what we get from them. Fortunately, nothing of any grand interest there. And now we have today's daily streak, which gives us a 10% chance at a Luchador card, which we didn't get. We got 10 draft picks instead. And we've also got the web pack, which also has a 10% chance of having a Luchador card, which we didn't get that time either. We have managed to get one Luchador from it, which was the Santos Escobar, which was very, very cool. No, I don't want to enter a new name. Jeez. I'm very, very happy with this Grand Cat. Spiky Mikey 33 says, I think I just got under 1,000. Very cool. Eggy 10K says, got number 600 in CB. Omos is stronger than F3 Eddie. He should be stronger than your F3 Eddie. Basically, the way that PvP event cards work is depending on your rank, depends on how powerful they can be. If you get one that's in the 9,000 ranks, it can actually be weaker than special edition cards. But if you get one in the top 50, it can be stronger than double heroic pros and limited editions. So yeah, it's it can be anywhere. Caden says, nice. Mr. Procedure says, Paul Heyman looks like the Fat Controller from Thomas the Tank Engine. He does. Did you know that you're not supposed to call him the Fat Controller anymore because of political correctness? He is now Sir Tottenham, I believe. I am not up to date on the lore of Thomas the Tank Engine, but yes, I believe that is a fact. I think it's Sir Tottenham. Caden says, check my WWE Supercard deck. My name is Zerty. If I start doing that, everyone will ask me to do that. If anyone wants me to check their deck, what you need to do is send a super chat, and if you do that, then I will look at your deck. Because otherwise, the rest of the video is just going to be me checking people's decks. Preet says, TRD started, I need to grind. Yes, indeed. I also need to grind, indeed. Alex Gardner says, I only wanted it because of the image. That's exactly why I got it. Mr. Series says, I used to watch it when I was a kid. I think I watched it as a child, about 300 years ago as well. I think Thomas Tank Engine has been around for long enough. Jeffrey says, I hate this political correctness crap. People have become, well, people have lost their way, I suppose. I'm not sure that I can actually go saying that. One of the things that I thought was very strange and unusual about political correctness is that they made it that you weren't allowed to call people fat because it's derogatory, but they also said that you're not allowed to call people thin either, because if there is a group of 5 people and you call 4 of them thin and you don't call the last person thin, then that is also derogatory. So apparently giving compliments is also against political correctness. It has become a mad world, to say the least. Caden says, check the rewards now. Should have hit by now. Absolutely not. It will take quite a while before we get those rewards in. Mego says, hi, Grand Cat. Is CM Punk still on the rare traffic? I got Larry, Equipment, and Shockmaster. Used over 200 so far. Wow, 200 rare traffics. That is a lot. I haven't pulled the Larry off the rare draft board. I pulled the Equipment and I pulled the CM Punk. I haven't pulled Shockmaster either. I don't know if you can get Sid off the draft board or not. I know that you can apparently get Shockmaster off the draft board, but yeah, I don't know. As far as I'm aware, I think the CM Punk leaves the draft board on the 9th, which is tomorrow. So I think you still have a chance of getting him today, but that's just me going off of memory, and I'm not entirely sure. Kane says, can you show us a title image superstar that you have? I can indeed, and shall in just a second. I am helping myself to a little bit of water. Make sure to keep yourselves all hydrated today. Alex Arnold says, what giveaway is this stream for? It happened right at the beginning of the stream, and it was me giving away 5 free gifted memberships to the Grand Cat Grand Fleet, and that is 5 paid gift memberships that access over 100 exclusive videos, and also gives you access to the very cool little emojis and things. Kinocto says, it leaves on the 10th. I still haven't got it yet, and probably used close to 400 rare traffics. My goodness, that is a tremendous amount. Yeah, thanks. I don't know if any of you are used to streaming, but when you talk for a long time, especially if you are a single person that does the stream, like me, as opposed to Game Grumps, which is 2 people that do it, which is, of course, Aaron and Dan, it becomes very, very stressful on your throat, and you get a very, very dry throat. So it is important to take some time, so take some breaks to get yourself a little drink. So someone asked to see a championship image, and there's a lot of championship images that you can see right there on the screen, but the one that I have decided to show is going to be down here. It's going to be Seth freaking Rollins with the WWE Championship over his shoulder, because it's a very, very rare image. And Caden says, I recently got banned from streaming for just accidentally showing my face, which I am 17, almost 18, and I'm sad now. I don't think you get banned from streaming for showing your face. You are allowed to show your face. There is plenty of young YouTubers out there that that do live things. Big ol' Grand Cat doesn't reveal his face, and I don't feel like anyone should be forced to or have to. There is videos where I have done face reveals, but I just think it's easier for me to just be a voice, the cat of the catless on the internet, the voice of the voiceless, as CM Punk was. And yes, Alex Warren says, what rank is your British Bulldog? Excellent question. Let's go ahead and find out. He is rank 406. I was the 406th person to complete campaign mode this time. Jeffrey says, I've got Punk but not Shockmaster yet. Same. I have managed to pull 3 CM Punks, of which I made videos on each of them, and have not yet pulled Shockmaster. James Talkspan City says, was that Season 1 WrestleMania Championship card? It was indeed. In fact, actual card itself right here. I think this is all messed up. Maybe it's not. No, the Santa Claus is supposed to be in the center. Yeah, this is all messed up for some reason. I don't know why. But there he is. There is the actual WrestleMania Season 1 Seth freaking Rollins from the original event itself. I've managed to keep it all of that time. I'm going to try exiting out and going back in, because that sometimes fixes it. Jeffrey says, is campaign mode even worth it? I think it is. It depends on what your value of worth is, I suppose. Yes, okay, that is it now fixed. Yeah, so it's this Triple H that's supposed to be in the center, and there is the Santa Clauses in the center, followed by all the limited edition cards. As you can see, we've got quite a lot of limited edition cards. Anzus Pope says, how did you do in CB? I think we are currently ranked, well, currently at 5,763, so possibly in the top 6,000. Spiky Mike says, I just got Nitro Booker and Jacob Foyle out of 2 coin packs. Very cool. Ali says, hi man, do you have any image for Damien Mizdow? I do indeed. I don't think I've got any Damien Mizdows currently left, but if we take a look at the card catalogue, I can certainly look some up for you. We go to Damien. There's Damien Sandow and there's Damien Mizdow. So there are the 2 Damien Mizdows that I have. What these 2, the ultra rare and the super rare from season 2, are is if you were to exchange over a card from season 1 to season 2, that's how you would get these ones. You're only allowed to do, I think, 5 of them, so I didn't do that for Damien Mizdow. But if we look at Damien Sandow, who of course is the same person, there you can see there's all the other Damien Sandows that you could get, who was notably in a tag team with Cody Rhodes. They were called the Rhodes Scholars. Spiky Mickey 33 says Jacob is 220. I don't know what that means. Jason Voorhees says, finally pulled my 3rd WCW card, but it was but why Jacqueline? Jacqueline was actually amazing back in early WF days. Well, I say early, like 1998, 1999. She had tremendous feuds with the likes of Ivory and Sable, and she's a really, really good wrestler, actually. Very underrated. It's just because of the era that she was in, women's matches were overlooked at that time, which was a real shame. But Jacqueline is a legend, absolutely a legend. James Talks Mansai says, it messed up on my card binder. Mr. Mysterio says, I made my own finishing move. It's an F5. Then when they are falling, I put my knees up and call it the chin breaker. It would be very difficult to pull off. I can kind of see what you're going for. Like a kind of code breaker off of the F5. Interesting. Yeah. Anders Pope says, nice job. As Garner says, I haven't pulled any WCW cards yet. Well, if you just keep trying, you will get there eventually. Preet says, what's your highest ranked event card? It is Seth freaking Rollins. And it was a particularly difficult last man standing. And we got rank number 68 because 68 is 1 higher than 69. And there he is. Getting into that top 100 was an absolute nightmare. It cost a tremendous amount in resources and credits and such. But we got there in the end. And that is the highest that I have ever managed to get in the PvP. And I told myself that I would never go for that ever again. Preet says, can you also show your highest event card rank? This is it. This is the one. Alex Carr says, apart from Dusty from the quest, yes, I also got the Dusty Road from that. Preet says, thank you. You are very welcome. So there we go. There's our highest ranked PvP card. Gunzo says, yo, hello Gunzo, welcome. Also, now that it is Team Ring Domination, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my deck here and I'm going to lower my females because you don't use females in Team Ring Domination. I'm going to make this the weakest female that I have, which is Ivan Isle. I'm also going to lower my manager and I'm also going to lower my support to the weakest cards that I have. But we will keep the 2 CM Punk limited edition cards in there. Actually, I'm going to swap this image to the Clash in Paris one. And the other CM Punk, I am going to change to the young CM Punk. Which is this one. There we are. Just changing those images over. And now let's play a little bit of Team Ring Domination. We got CM Punk with Larry. So let's see here. This is 5 blue crystals. Sure, we can take that. Let's go ahead and put British Bulldog in there. Unfortunately, we don't have any up arrows. We're not able to get a perfect game this time. So we're just going to go ahead and put Batista up here instead. Jeffrey says, why do you lower those cards? It's because they're not used. That also allows us to get easier matches for the team. But also, once we complete the SummerSlam 25 card, it'll be easier for the other players to lower their cards to get us down to the next tier so that we can get even more cards. So once we finish the SummerSlam 25 Penta card, we'll be going after the Unhinged card. And then once we finish that, we'll be going for the card that comes under that one. Going to go ahead and dust those. As Pope says, can't believe you pulled him. Still can't get Punk, been going crazy on the red draft board. Well, there isn't an awful lot of time left, so make sure to get those matches in. Get those rare draft picks in so that you get your CM Punk. Someone has already lowered their mails. We don't need to do that just yet. So let's go ahead and put the double heroic Finn Balor in here, which should absolutely win that match. Mr. Mercier says, what do you rate my finishing move, the Chin Breaker? I think it's a really cool move. I think it would be very, very difficult to pull off. So it depends on how you want me to rate it. Do you want me to rate it in terms of how cool it looks? Because I think it would be very, very cool. But let me just go ahead and read some of these other comments here. Surf says, do you have Bobby Lashley? I do. I have lots of Bobby Lashley cards. Gunzo says, I got the Punk though with the pipe bomb image, so I'm pretty happy with that. That is very cool. That is what I use as well. Caden says, bro, Zat, who is saying he's leaking numbers? I don't think I'm leaking numbers. I think I am discussing numbers. I don't know about any kind of leaks here. I don't think I'm going to get any leaks in this stream. Preet says, respect to you replying to every comment. It's crazy. Well, the way that I think is if members of the Grand Cat Grand Fleet take the time to write a comment, then I would like to take the time to reply to them. That's why I also try to reply to every comment that is on my YouTube videos. It is getting significantly harder because there is a lot more of you now than when I initially started. But I am going to try my hardest to keep it up. Kaden says, check your rewards. Toby says, what position did you get? I think we're in the top 6,000. Kaden says, not you. Someone said that. Okay. Mr. Mysterio says, I gotta go. I very enjoyed it. Bye. Oh, well, goodbye, Mr. Mysterio. Thank you for coming along to the stream. It is very much appreciated. Ali Mage says, do you have the Brock with the W title image? I do indeed. It is a very, very cool image. I'm very, very pleased to get it. It was the very, very first event card. It was Season 1 Legendary event. I didn't get it then, but I did get the retrained version, and it is very, very cool to have indeed. I'm going to put a John Cena here. And let's go for a Don Mysterio. Toby says, I think I might just have you beat. Oh, very well done. Congratulations. Caden says, I feel like I'm living for nothing. I get bullied sometimes. That is unfortunate to hear. There is no place for bullying in this world, in this life. It is absolutely horrible. Do not approve of it in the slightest. I think the world should be a lot better without it. I hope that you are doing okay, and I hope that you overcome whatever adversities it is that you are currently going through. Brad says, hello, as a grandcat. Hello, Brad. Welcome. Toby says, only spent 600 super coins. Very cool. Mr. Mysterio says, I put my phone back on charge. I'm back. Oh, welcome back, Mr. Mysterio. Kane says, check your rewards after this game. Brad says, I'm Delete 99. Oh, I know who you are, Delete 99. You are in my team. Toby says, credits. I see Delete 99 in my Discord server quite often. It always pleases me when I see his comments. Yasin says, hi, do you know how we get El Grande? I do indeed. The way that you get El Grande Americano is on the daily streak. It is on day 3. So long as you log in on that daily streak, you will get yourself an El Grande Americano. How do we get the pro? I have no idea, but that is certainly how you get one of them. Okay, we finally found a shard. Only took forever. And let's go ahead and dust those. We've got 2 fruits there. That's cool. Caden says, Zah, you make my day better. Well, thank you, Caden. That really genuinely does mean a lot to me. The fact that I am making members of my Grand Cat Grand Fleet happier, that certainly is something that pleases me. Even the Grand Cat goes through some hard times sometimes, and it certainly can be difficult, especially in this world, to traverse through this. But having some good friends, having people that you talk to, is something that certainly does help. Toby says, I'm not too late for the giveaway, am I? The giveaway happened right at the beginning of the video, so that was about 77 minutes ago. I gave away 5 free gifted memberships to the Grand Cat Grand Fleet, and it was 5 paid gifted memberships to the Grand Cat channel. Brad says, how are we today as Grand Cat? I'm good. I am feeling quite happy, actually. I'm quite pleased that Codebreaker is now finished. Ken says, I'm stuck trying to join. I've been stuck on Verify for 4 months. Oh no! Right, if you're stuck on the Verify thing, Caden, simply write messages in the welcome chat. You're still able to chat in there and let people know. Someone will try and help you with the whole Verify button. And if for whatever reason we can't get the Verify button to work, we can try and make another workaround. So, Caden, all you need to do is keep talking on the Discord server and let people know. Get someone's attention. It doesn't have to be my attention. Be any of the other mods and see what we can do. Ms. Mercier says, hopefully me and my dad are going to the OVO Arena in Wembley on Friday 16th of January for SmackDown. That would be very, very cool. Spiky Mikey says, don't forget to like the stream. Yes, people, if you can like the stream, that really does help. It gets more people to find Big Old Grand Cat, and it also gets more people to join the Grand Cat Grand Fleet. And of course, the bigger the Grand Cat Grand Fleet becomes, the more prizes and rewards I can give out to each and every single one of you. Toby says, oh, fair enough. Preet says, oh, sorry, I'm not in Solar Aurora, I'm in Grand Cat NXT. You are indeed, Preet, but they are both, they're both teams of the Big Old Grand Cat, and I certainly appreciate seeing you in my Discord server. Caden says, check rewards maybe. Well, let's take a look at the rewards. I'm not sure if the rewards will have came in yet. No, they've not arrived yet. I thought it would maybe be a little bit too early for them to arrive. Ali says, what do you think about new Andrade card? For me, it's very, it's a very amazing image with his mask. Yeah, I think it's very, very cool. I really like what they're doing with these Luchador cards. It is quite cool. I think it would be nicer if they were a little bit easier to pull, but that's only because I've been getting quite unlucky. Toby says he'll be here in 33 minutes. Ah, that's a very specific time. Kane says, can I get a shout out? It's my 13th Bout birthday on YouTube. I don't know what Bout means, but happy birthday, Caden. I wonder if that means that it's the 13th year you've been on YouTube, and if so, that is an incredible amount. Oh, Caden says I meant birthday year. All correct. So is it your birthday today? Like, today is your birthday? Is that what you're saying? Or is it coming up? Oh, we've got another shard. Nice. David says, nice, didn't know that TRD started. Time to grind some shards. It is indeed. The time for the grinding of the shards has indeed begun. Toby says, near enough an hour after events you get the rewards. Caden says, yes. Oh, well, in that case, Caden, happy birthday to you. It is very, very cool. You are now a teenager. You have went from the age that now has the word teen at the end of your name. Congratulations. Caden says, I joined September 8th, 2011. Spiky Mikey 33 says, happy birthday, Caden. If anyone else gets your Omos, make sure to let me know, and I shall go ahead and check my rewards and see if it has arrived. Caden says, I didn't get mod. I got rank 10,009. So sad. James says, happy birthday, Caden. Toby says, that made me question it, his debut to YouTube or his actual birthday. Yes, I also am not sure. Caden says, almost, thank you. Caden says, YouTube. Okay. So it is 13 years of YouTube that you've done then. Miss Procedure says, yo, this random girl can't stop spamming my channel and she is saying good morning baby. I'm like, who the hell is this? Sometimes there are bots that show up. You can either choose to interact with them, ignore them, or ban them. I remember I used to get the bots that would show up in my comment sections and they'd say really confusing things, but I don't really see them anymore. So I thought that they had just kind of disappeared, but it's interesting to hear that seems like you've maybe found one yourself. Miss Mercier says, I've reported her like 2 times. You can actually just remove someone from the channel if it is someone that's bothering you. Brad says, I pulled Sid from Hype Train this morning. Oh, well done, Brad. Very, very cool indeed. Kane said, get Nightbot, it deletes them. I've not heard of Nightbot before. RB says, what was your final rank for Codebreaker? My final rank was 5,763. I wasn't putting a lot of effort into this one. I was just playing to try and get the event card. Also, for anyone that isn't aware, there is a portrait pack here in the Superstore. It will disappear after 21 hours and 29 minutes. So this is the only time that you can get this Omos. I have already got them. So certainly well worth getting if you haven't got them yet. It does cost 1,000 credits, so it's a little bit expensive, but it's the only time that you'll ever get to get that image. So if you are someone that likes to collect the images, this is the time to go ahead and get them. Looks like we've got some rewards here from campaign, from some other teammates that have leveled themselves up in campaign mode. Spiky Mike says Netbot is a regular program used by many streamers, sir. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Mr. Mercedes says, me and my friends are like, what the hell? One of my friends have her too, but I don't want to say what she said to him on his stream. Oh my goodness. Spiky Mike says, definitely a plus to look into his Grand Cat. Okay. Caden says, rewards hit that. Do we actually have the Omos? Or you just want me to check my inbox once again? No, the Omos has not arrived yet. RB says, I also got 6 out of 6 hype today and didn't get any Summertime 25 card rewards. That happened to me as well, RB. Ali says, what is the most image portrait you love of all time? Oh, what is my favourite image of all time? That is certainly a difficult question. Oh my goodness, my thing has once again messed up. I'm going to go back in, but I will show you some of my most favourite images. They are in my binder. So I really... This one is probably up there, because this was the first Event Pro that I ever got. It is, of course, of the King of Kings Triple H, WrestleMania Season 1. It took me a long time to play. I was a free-to-play player back then, and I grinded so hard to get that. I also really like this one, where Triple H has the skull crown in his hands, and this one where he's wearing the Shao Kahn armor, as I like to call it. This is also a really, really cool image where it's the You Can't See Me John Cena from WWE 2K23. I think that is a really, really cool little image. I mean, this one where the final boss, the People's Champion, The Rock, has the People's Championship over his shoulder is a very cool image as well. I believe that was taken from WrestleMania. There's Robocop. How can you go wrong with Robocop? Akuma as well. Also very, very cool images. It's very difficult to choose a particular one that's a favourite of all time. The Seth Rollins with the championship over his shoulder is probably up there as well. Just because it's a very, very rare image that not many people have. Actually, I think this image of AJ Styles with the title over his shoulder is also a really cool one, even though it's a new one. It's from one of the most recent Battle Passes. Seth Rollins with the Money in the Bank suitcase is also a very cool one, as is the Roman Reigns with the old title over his shoulder and holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. I mean, some old school images like, Daniel Bryan over here. Those are pretty cool. Big old Mox, John Moxley, Dean Ambrose. We've got a whole bunch. Let's see here. Eggy 10K says I got the CB rewards, the Codebreaker rewards, so go and check. Mr. Serious says at my school today, we asked a girl who has the same name and name on YouTube, and when we asked her, she just walked off blushing. Huh? Caden says, there any more reward codes? Not that I'm aware of, but the second I get any reward codes, I will put them up right here on this channel. So if you want to see when any more new reward codes do show up, make sure that you are not just subscribed, but make sure you have the notification icons clicked, because that will alert you when the codes go up indeed. Brad says I pulled Sid from the 4 out of 6 in the Hype Train pack. Toby says the rewards are out. Miss Mysterio says, but I'm happy she's gone. Caden says, Miss Mysterio, is the bot have an appropriate picture for YouTube? Oh my goodness. Well, let's hope not. Toby says, check your rewards, the Grand Cat. Miss Mysterio says, no, just a K. Caden says, oh, okay, let's see if we have got ourselves our big old Omos now. There we are. There's the Codebreaker results. Let's go ahead and click this. There we go. We got rank number 5,763. We got 42,485 points. And let's go ahead and claim. There is our big old Omos. Let's go ahead and screenshot that. There he is at rank number 5,763 at level 0 with no matches, no variants. He has 33.62 thousand in speed, 36.06 thousand in charisma, 39.96 thousand in toughness, and a whopping 42.63 thousand in power, which is very, very strong indeed. Of course, he has the two-handed chokeslam, which gives 2,436 to both power and toughness, which is very, very strong indeed. Now let's go ahead and level up our big Omos. We're going to put him into there. And if we go to trainable, there he is. And we can also use our brand new image here, which is very, very cool. That is our throwback image that we just got. We, of course, have quite a lot of Omos images that we can use. I'd really like to see Omos have a much bigger storyline in WWE than what he currently has. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that image. I think that looks very, very cool. We need to find level 88, I think, is the number we want to get to. I'm pretty sure this will say that we still have a little bit of time left to go. 3 hours and 24 minutes. So I go to unlocked. This Molly Holly should probably be enough. Now let's see what Omos looks like at level 100. So here he is with 0 matches and 0 variants. He has 67.24 thousand in speed, 72.11 thousand in charisma, 79.91 thousand in toughness, and 85.27 thousand in power. And if he is just a little bit stronger than our Fortify 1 JD McDonough, who does have his 100 matches in his 10 variants. So once we get those 100 matches and the variants on Omos, I suspect that he should be somewhere around the rank of our Becky Lynch. He should be somewhere around the size of our Fortified 3 Rey Mysterio, maybe our Fortified 2 Razor Ramon, but he should be up here in the special edition ranks. He should be a little bit higher than our Fusion Dragon Lee as well. So that is very, very cool indeed. We have our Omos. That's going to be a very, very strong left arrow for everyone. In fact, actually, I think I am going to go ahead and shove Omos into here so that we can show him off. And his variant is power, which is whenever he wins a power match, he will get 1 additional variant. And let's go ahead and we'll put a CM Punk into here. And Dominic Mysterio should be able to win that. Spiky Mike 33 says, may I join your Discord? Absolutely, everyone is welcome to come along and join my Discord server. The link to my Discord server is in the description of this here video. Mr. Mysterio says, and got a pic with John Moxley? I assume that is a comment that I missed that he's following up on. Toby says he's not a part of WWE. RB says it's a clean pick. RB says, whoa. I don't know what the woe is about. Oh, managed to get a perfect game there. Just remind me of Cody Rhodes. And my father said, when I was younger, hard times make better men. Better men! I took it all away, I gave it all away. And etc. Mr. Material says, but he was. Toby says, and no, I'm not on about Omos. Mr. Material says, oh, sorry. Seems like they're having a conversation just in the comment section there. Caden says, hi, I'm back. Oh, I didn't even realize you were gone. Welcome back. Toby says, he a part of the Lucha Libre show now, whatever that's called. It's called Triple A. Caden says, Triple A, you mean Tony? He says, yeah. That's what Omos is in, Triple A. Victor Farrell says, what's up? Is the Grand Cat? Long time no talk. Hello, Victor. Welcome back. Mr. Mercier says, random question. I think Jay is going to turn heel before 2026. I don't think that was a question. I think it was a statement, and I think I agree with you. I think Jay Uso turning heel would make him more interesting than him currently being face. But what it comes down to is how much merchandise is he selling. Because if WWE are making a lot of Yeet merchandise, they will want to try to not turn him heel because that might rock the boat, which is why John Cena wasn't allowed to turn heel for such a long time. And we finally got to see it in his final year, and it certainly happened. Victor Farrell says, just finished campaign mode last night. Yeet! I wonder how many people had jump scared for that yeet there. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I saw the yeet in block capitals and I had to respond. Let's go ahead and take a look at our quests up here, because it seems we've finished one. Oh, I was just using the super move. Toby says, that heel run from Cena was a superhero in training. I thought it was alright. I think it could have been done better. I think Travis Scott and The Rock shouldn't have been part of it. I think if John Cena just turned heel by himself, it would have had more of an impact. But I was overall happy with it. I think it could have been done worse. Mr. Sears says, I also thought Cody would turn heel when Cena was in the ring with him when they were drinking. I thought Cody was going to turn heel against John Cena at, I want to say SummerSlam, when they fought for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, also known as the UWU Championship, because you take the U from Undisputed, the W from WWE, and the U from Universal, and you get UWU, indeed. Yeah, I thought that was the point, that Cody was going to turn heel, but I think WWE were maybe thinking, if Cody turns heel, we have a lot of heels in the top of the business and not many faces. So I think that's maybe why they decided to keep Cody Rhodes face instead. And it makes a lot of sense in the long run, at least in my opinion, the opinion of a cat on the internet. And with that said, folks, I think we have now done everything. We managed to get Omos. We have played Hype Train. We got our free packs. We did a little bit of Team Ring domination. And Big Ol' Grandcat's voice is beginning to go a little bit. And we have been streaming for 99 minutes. So I think once we get to minute 100, that is an excellent time for us to kick off the end of this little stream. And I really hope that you've all enjoyed. And again, thank you everyone for keeping my comments nice and busy. I do really enjoy hearing from each of you. Takto says, I managed to get 4,117, Zah. Well done, Takto. That is a higher rank than what I got. I got 5,763. So your Omos is going to be stronger than what my one is. Mr. Mysterious says, I would love if Jay, Cody, and Sammy be the next Shield. Oh, I don't think they should be the next Shield. I think if they were going to be anything, they should be a new team. I really don't think it's a good idea when you've got like the New Rockers or the New Rock and Roll Express. It never really lives up to the original. Spiky Mickey 33 says, thank you for streaming, Grandcat. Have a supercard day. Thank you to Spiky Mickey. That genuinely makes me happy. Toby says, I got rank number 4,442, but I wanted 4,444. It's really, really difficult to get a specific number. In fact, actually, with the Seth freaking Rollins, where I got rank number 68, I was going for one rank lower. And you can work out what number that is yourselves. But with that said, folks, that is now going to be it for this little video, and I really hope that you've all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe, and if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out, and we shall see you all in the next live stream. Goodbye, everybody.